Hello, everybody, and welcome to Stage Door with Michael.
And Divina, I'm Michael.
And I'm Divina, and we are so excited because we're going to be talking to all of these amazing, interesting, and exciting people from across the theatrical world.
Yes, basically, we are going to stage doors to meet all of your favourite theatre stars.
Yes, we are. And we're getting all the news and gossip from them about what's going on in their lives, what's going on in the theatre, and what makes them tick.
Yes, and today we are joined by the wonderful triple threat that is Esme Bowdler.
Hi, triple threat.
Woo!
Wow.
Come on, triple
Come
threat.
on, triple threat. How
How
are you?
I'm good, thank you. I'm buzzing to be here. Happy to see your faces.
we're so
What
excited
cards
to
are up
have
on your
you.
mantelpiece? Is that a
It's my
birthday?
housemate's birthday. It wasn't mine.
Ah, okay.
Happy birthday
Not
to
Christmas cards
you.
still up.
No, literally, I think one of them is a Christmas card. I'll just do that.
Yeah, exactly.
For real.
Well, we are so excited to chat to you. But first, take us back to the beginning, right back to the beginning. What was life like for you when you were little, and how did you get into performing?
Great question. So I'm an only child. So it's just me, my mum, my dad. Grew up in a little place called Chester. That was obviously great. Just me, my mum, my dad. And then I went to college in Liverpool. I was also sort of, where it all sort of started for me was Liverpool Empire, their youth theatre. So it was like my youth productions were on this like huge,
Mm.
massive stage. I started that when I was 13. Left school at 16, was like, I don't want to do the sixth form thing. Went and did the level 3 diploma thing in Liverpool. Had a Scouse accent for 2 years. And then, um,
Can
literally,
we hear a bit now?
like, what if I talk like this? Is that okay? Like, do you know what I mean? It's
Very
not bad.
good.
It's on my CV anyway. So yeah, for 2 years. And then, yeah, when I was 18, I did the big move to London town,
Yeah.
um, where I didn't pick up the accent actually, so that's fine. But to train at Arts, well, it's called Arts Ed now, but it was called Arts Educational Schools London when I joined in 2018.
So where did you go in Liverpool? What was the place where you went there to do your level 3?
Me level 3, level 3 diplomas. That was a place called Rare, um,
Ah,
and it's quite well known in the commercial dance world.
yeah.
Um, I definitely didn't train in the commercial dance, but like a lot of the people that came out are doing amazing things. But they had a really good musical theatre course with some incredible teachers and tutors. So yeah, I definitely think they were the reason how I got into arts ed, because I remember thinking I came back and I was like, how have I got in there? Like
Yeah.
little old me from here, but yeah.
Well, Arts Ed's really highly regarded. So how did you feel to get in? Did you know at the time that it was one of the sort of top schools, or what from your training would you say really benefited you moving forward?
Well, I think when it came to arts ed, it was one of those. As soon as you said sort of like the words arts ed, everyone goes, but no one gets in. Like no one gets through, no one gets in. So it was like, right, okay. And I knew that it was like one of the top. But I thought maybe GSA was a bit more my kind of vibe. I'd gone to do the audition. GSA was my first audition. I actually didn't expect to get in first year either. A lot of Rare did like an extra year for
Mm.
people who didn't get in first time. You could stay for another, so you'd end up doing 3 years. And I genuinely was very much happy, very prepared to do that. Um, but yeah, I went for my GSA audition. Remember thinking, this is like, this is a nice place. And then I didn't even get a recall. They were like, nah. And I was like, oh, okay, cool. If GSA aren't going to take me, Arts Ed definitely aren't going to take me, because, it was always no one gets in.
Mm.
So I went and did the audition anyway, because I knew that it was where I wanted to go, but I was like, maybe in a couple of years I'll get in. So genuinely just saw it as like a bit of a day out. It was just like a bit of a, go see the building, go do a dance class, go sing. Like before they did the recalls were on the day. I took my number off, put my jacket on, put my bag on, ready to literally walk out the door. And then they were like, okay, so we want to keep blah, 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 and Esme Bowdler. And I was like, what? Keep me? What? Okay. And then, yeah, did a bit of acting in the afternoon. And then that was it. I got a letter a week later. I was at a friend's house, and my mum had called me saying, "You've got a letter from Arts Ed," and I was like, "Oh my god, open it! Oh my god, open it!" And she was like, she started crying. She went, "You got in!" And I was like, "Did I though?" I was like, "Is it foundation? Is it foundation, or have I got in?" And she was like, "It says here 3-year BA honours," and I was like, "Ah!" So yeah, I couldn't believe it. I literally could not believe it. I was like, "Why?" I still think, why did they let me in? But
They made a good choice. They knew what they were about. Because nobody let me in. Huh?
Hey.
And there's a lesson for life. You got in. Nobody let me through the doors.
Was there one lesson that you remember more than others, or?
I think it was more like a year. I think, like, obviously we had COVID. Not to, make this the COVID. No.
Yeah.
We're bored of that now. But first year was amazing. But second year, when COVID hit, so 2020. And we all were, sent home. We were sent online. None of us really knew what was going on, even the teachers. And, like, they did their damn best with that, with, like, online classes. Their lives had changed so drastically as well as ours. And they turned up, every day with the support. And they did the best they could. Obviously, no one knew what was happening. So I think just as a year, we all sort of grew really, really close through that. And then when it came to our third year, finally getting to put our shows on, or shows not being able to be shown to the public, no agents wanted to come, no one wanted, it was like, gosh, I think we all sort of like bonded through that. But yeah, I think in terms of classes as well, I just remember like voice and speech classes and thinking, God, like, why do I need this? And now I'm like, I'd do anything for a free voice and speech class. But in the moment,
right.
I can't do another spinal roll.
It's hard. I always think that when you step away from something, or you finish a course or things like that, and you always look back and you go, I wish I'd taken it in more. Like, how do we ever get that across to kids coming through? Do you know what I mean? I don't know if there is a way you can do that.
I don't know. It's even with like high school. I'm like, there's so much about like history that I'm still learning, and I genuinely find it really interesting. But like, at the time, I was just like, oh, like, why am I here? I just literally want to sing and dance.
Yeah.
Listen. It was like
I just want to be a kid from Fame. I just want to dance.
Literally, I was like learning about Bunsen burners, and I was like, I'm not going to need this. Now I'm like,
and now you do?
No idea. So yeah.
Oh, dear.
I did the same though. I remember one of my teachers said to me, because I hadn't done my homework, and I said, I haven't done my homework, and she said, why? And I said, because I was at choir last night. And she went, you've got your priorities wrong. And I said, no, you've got my priorities wrong.
Yeah, babe, I know where my priorities lie. Did you say that?
Did
you get attention?
Funny.
No, she was like, oh.
To be fair, I teach kids nowadays. I teach like at a stage school every now and then. And if one of them said that to me, I'd probably go, yeah, fair enough.
Yeah, fair enough.
All right, then.
You go, girl.
Yeah. So stupid. So, luckily, we're all out of the COVID dramas.
Yeah.
And this year, you've just been in Panto.
Yeah.
Tell me all about Panto. Where were you? Who were you with? What were you playing? What was the director like? What was the script like? Tell me everything.
Well,
give it a chance.
Yeah, lots of stuff. I was in a place called, I mean, you're going to know where it is, Portsmouth.
Yeah.
I was trying to make it out to be this like magical fairy. I was in a place called Portsmouth.
Not sure how magical you can make it.
Now, I always get Portsmouth and Plymouth mixed up to the point where I've got on a train to the wrong one and realised an hour into the journey, and they're like
Portsmouth,
4 hours away from
London.
each other. Yeah,
Plymouth.
like they are miles away from each other. So is Portsmouth the one with the big needle thing, or is that Plymouth?
Portsmouth.
Ah, okay. Okay, I know where
Gunwharf
it is.
Keys. The Spinnaker Tower.
Yeah, that's it. It's just
Gunwharf
like a
Keys.
big needle, isn't it? And it's like 12 quid to go up and look at the dirty water from it.
Yeah.
Money well
I didn't-
spent.
Money well spent.
I was like, I'm not going up. I can see it from here. If you go up to the Nando's, actually, you're pretty much the same level.
Insider knowledge there.
Anyone that doesn't want to pay the £12 entry, go to Nando's. But yeah, so I was in Southsea, which is lucky because I went there with Heathers. So I'd been to the theatre. I knew the area. I knew the theatre. I knew a couple of people. One of the people doing it with me who played PC World, hilarious, in Aladdin. I was Spirit of the Ring, which is basically like the other part of the genie. She's another genie. She's basically just the narrator and the evil sidekick. And anywhere they were like, what should we do? Spirit of the Ring. Yeah. So, but the guy that played PC World, he did youth theatre with me in Liverpool for years and years and years. So it was nice to work with him again. I'd met the theatre director before, Jack Edwards. He was amazing. He pretty much wrote the script. And we did do an adult night, which I'd never done before in a pantomime. And we made someone laugh so hard that they gave birth.
Oh!
I know.
What?
Yeah. So basically, it was one night. This adult panto was one night only. And we didn't have like days to rehearse or anything.
I'm so confused. So do you mean that they just like changed the script slightly to make it more...
Michael, not slightly. All my lines had changed. So we literally were like side of stage, going through these lines, going on and doing them. But I think that made it funnier because we were all just cracking up. Like it was so good. It was so funny. Like it was so well received. But yeah, then some lady in the audience, she did an interview with the King's Theatre, and she was saying like she tried everything to like induce this labour, and all she needed to do was come and watch Aladdin, the dirty pantomime, and
wow,
that baby was...
We couldn't believe it.
The baby had FOMO.
Yeah.
The baby was going, I'm missing out in here. Let me in that room right now.
And on the way out, they were like, we're going to charge you for that ticket.
But it was great. I was, alongside some absolute legends. Like, do you know Rusty Lee?
Oh my God, Rusty Lee. Rusty Lee used to do the cooking on morning TV all the time. And she is so funny. She's like the original TV cook. And she's just got the most infectious laugh you've ever heard in your entire life. She keeps going viral for so many things, but there's one, I think it was called Celebrity Spa, and if you haven't seen it, just type into YouTube Celebrity Spa Rusty Lee, and you'll know the meme that we're on about. It's just hilarious. So so she was brilliant. She was my genie. That is good.
So that was brilliant. And then we had Sean Williamson, who was Barry from EastEnders. He was our what was his name? Abby Baranaza. Because it's Abanaza, but with Barry and Baranaza. Something like that.
When you talk about pantos, doesn't it just sound so terrible?
Yeah.
But it works, doesn't it? It does.
That's the best thing about it. And, Jack was really good at allowing us to sort of like put our own things in. Right. It was the direction was like so precise, so that it made it, the bits of improv that would happen every night was so fresh and alive because they were set, but we could do what we wanted with them. And there was lots of like Mamma Mia kind of reference it, stuff like that. Right. So it was it was lots of fun.
I love that. Well, we've got a little game we'd like to play with you now.
Yeah.
So you've got 30 seconds to name as many musical theatre songs. So song names. So
Oh wait, just
not musical theatre shows. They have to be from a musical theatre show. Like, so you could do the whole of Mamma Mia. You could do the whole of Les Mis. You can do whatever if you know them all. But you've only got 30 seconds.
30 seconds. Oh, don't start now.
I haven't. Sorry, I pressed the wrong button.
Wait.
Okay, ready, steady, go.
I dreamed a dream on my own. Gimme, gimme, gimme. I have a dream. I will go the distance. Anywhere But Here, Pretty Woman. Do I need to name the musical?
No,
Oh my god. Look
you guys.
Down. Come From Away. No, focus, Ez. Focus. Meet the Plastics. I'd Rather Be Me. I Say No. Candy Store. Freeze Your Brain.
Done.
15. That's not bad.
That was
Well
good.
done.
That was good. Lots of
I
people
went
get
in
like,
with no structure. I had no structure. I was literally imagining, what's it called? Like Shaftesbury Avenue. I'm just picking out signs and things. Then I tried to focus and just did album by album.
It's really
That
fun
was
to
really
watch
good.
people's how they deal with it. It's so funny.
I was really stressful.
But after halfway, you were like, right. And
I
then you
loved
just
it.
listed off like 5 in the last 5 seconds.
but you
How many
did really
did I
well.
get?
You managed to get like 2 or 3 from each show, which was, that's a really smart technique for that game.
Okay.
It's
How
good.
many did I get?
14.
14. And a lot of people get 4.
Oh.
Yeah.
Okay.
So that's fine.
That's about.
Thank you so much. So
Well.
you mentioned Heather's already,
Yes.
which ran at the Soho Palace and did a tour as well. So how did that come about?
So basically, Heather's has always been like dream role, dream show, Heather Chandler, all the way. I'd auditioned for it back in like 2022, I think. But I wasn't in for Heather Chandler. I was in for like ensemble cover Martha, Martha's the girl who is basically bullied for being plus size. I know that's awful. It is terrible. But I was in for her, like understudy her, and I thought, okay. Like I'm literally the tallest blonde person here in the room, but that's okay. Fine. Obviously didn't get it, wasn't right for it. Then when I saw that it was going on tour in 2024, I'd just done the TV show and I was like, I have to get in for this. I saw it was going to Chester and I was like, perfect, hometown. And then it's announced that it was doing West End at the Soho Place and I was like, I have to get in for this. And at first it was a bit of a struggle. I had to literally I emailed absolutely everyone. I emailed the director, I emailed the producers, I got my agents call the casting, call Bill Kenwright. Like I was like, please, I need to get in, at least just see me. Then if you don't like me, fine. But ultimately I literally, after days and days and days of getting trying to get through, we got through, got me a tape, and then the next day it was in person, and then the day after that it was finding out that I got it, and then
The next
days
day
later, it was in rehearsals.
Gosh.
It just went like that.
Wow. That's
and it was
real...
everything you dreamed it to be.
Yeah, it was just, it was amazing. I'd do it again in a heartbeat. It's just I've never felt so empowering in a role.
And that's you must have gone in and absolutely knocked their socks off, because that's such a quick process for auditioning, especially for a role like that.
Yeah, I don't know what happened. I don't know why.
You must have been exactly what they had in their head. That's the only way that ever happens, is you walk through the door and they go, oh, here she is. Brilliant. Okay, we don't need to see anybody else. We've found them.
Who knows? But
I mean, that's wonderful.
Yeah.
And you mentioned the show there. Obviously, you said I just finished the show. You're obviously talking about Mamma Mia, I Have a Dream, which lots of our listeners, and we had Stephanie Costi on.
Yeah, Stephanie.
And obviously you got through to the final with Stevie, and so you literally completed the whole, as far as you could have gotten to.
Yeah.
I feel like I want to ask the question of, do you still dream about doing that role, or do you feel like now that hasn't happened, are you sort of like, that's okay, I'll close that door? Or does it, not that it ever brings trauma or anything, but I think, how do you feel now that you've had time to reflect?
Do you know what? Funny you say that. Obviously, when I didn't get it, I was like, okay, that's fine. I have always wanted to be Donna, and I'm literally setting my heart on that. I'm manifesting. I will be Donna one day.
Yeah.
Manifest. But it's only recently that I've been like, is there a world in which I would go for Sophie again, or I'd try again? Because we got to see Stevie and Toby in their opening night, and that was the most magical thing ever. That was the most amazing experience because we were all together, and to see them, you know, finally get to do it, that was just like a bookend. And then I hadn't seen it until literally this time last week. I went to watch Maisie, who was in the show with us. She's now first cover Sophie in the West End.
Oh,
And so
wow.
I went to watch her as Sophie, and also multiple friends in the show. And I was sat there and I was like, and she was just the most perfect Sophie. And I was like, yeah, like I wonder, is there a world in which I will go for that again? But I'm not sure. I'm not sure. Simply because I'm like, you know, do I hold out? Do I wait and think, no, set sights on Donna, focus on that, go all in on that if and when the time comes? Or
You've got a while.
Yeah.
I know I have got a long
I don't
time.
think you're going to be playing Donna in the next couple of years, are you?
No,
like...
I know. I know. But I've got a game plan. Got a game plan, because it could be a storyline. It could be like, oh my god, 20 years ago she did this TV show and now she's here.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
But also, yeah, part of me is like, am I maybe a bit too old now for Sophie? Am I a bit past it? Who knows?
I
Never say never.
Yeah.
Say never, as Justin Bieber would say. Do you know what, though? That's another role. Fontaine in Les Mis, that'd also be a bit of a dream.
Yeah.
Cracking. You literally come on, belt your heart out, off you
Fuck
pop,
off.
like
Trap.
45 minutes, an hour, come back on.
What is the next dream then? Like, so obviously you've said Donna, which we know is going to be in 10
Donna's
years,
a bit of a
but
dream role.
what are you looking at in the immediate future?
What would I want to do? I mean, I'd love to go into Les Mis. That's always been like a, you know, if there's a place for me in it, if there's a role for me in it, then I'd love that. You know, if Mean Girls was to like come back to the West End, or if Mean Girls was to cast again, Regina in Mean Girls, as I said, Heathers, I'd love to do Heathers again. I'd do it in a heartbeat. But yeah, I mean, in my immediate, like what I'm working on next, I'm doing a little solo concert. And even that is like, I know, and I'm nervous because I'm always the guest, never the host.
Well, sell it now, quick. Tell everyone where they can find you.
Oh, well, basically, I'm doing a solo concert at the Crazy Cogs on the 23rd of Feb, where I'm just going to be sort of singing through my career so far, everything I used to do in cabarets, a little bit of Mamma Mia, a little bit of Heathers, a little bit of dream roles here and there. We've got 2 special guests that have not been announced yet. So yeah, very, very excited.
I love that.
Oh, amazing.
Have you had somebody helping you put it together, or it's completely self-directed, self-curated? It's all done by you?
Yeah, I mean, obviously I've got a producer on board, but I'm doing the set list. I'm doing like, you know, I need to figure out like what people will want to see, what people have probably heard too much and think, please don't sing that again. You know, bring in new material.
Yeah, you know, you find this with lots of things, that if people, you know, like if I don't sing Break Up Bye Bye in a gig, people are furious. Like they're really mad.
This is it. I was like,
So,
I've got to get, you know, the point. I've got to get a bit of Mamma Mia and I've got to get a bit of Heathers.
Exactly. So how have you found that? Because for a lot of us, especially in theatre, that kind of creative process of putting things together, it's not really a thing. You know, what we have to do is we have to dig out who the character is. We have to dig out what they're trying to convey in a song. Yeah. So you're just interpreting somebody else's creative process in order to translate that to an audience. So how have you found that? Because that's a real pivot, you know, that's a real shift.
Yeah. I mean, to be fair, when the producer first, you know, asked me if I wanted to do it, I said no. I said no one will come. No one will come. It'd be a disaster. And he was like, oh, go on. And then I was like, oh, okay, like what's the worst that can happen? You know, I wasn't going to apply for the TV show because I was like, I'm not going to get on it. Then it was like, what's the worst? So you just never know. But yeah, I've been really like not stressed as such, but I've been like, I can feel myself really wanting to just retract and say, oh no, let's just not do it because it would be easier to just not do it. But actually, like 2026 is the year of just going in head first, like doing things that make you feel uncomfortable until you're comfortable doing them. So like once this one's out of the way, I might absolutely love it and be like, oh my gosh, I'm going to do one here, or I'm going to do one up north, or, you know, figure something out. But for now, yeah, I'm literally like head down, set list, go up there, sing the songs, wear a nice dress. That'll do.
Yeah.
Can
The
you
nice
share any of the
dress.
songs that are definitely in, or are
Well,
you
I'm
keeping it all a
thinking,
secret?
no, I'm thinking, obviously, when it comes to like the Mamma Mia section, I'm thinking of like opening with I Have a Dream, but kind of like rewriting it to I Had a Dream,
Oh,
but not serious, just like a
Really
little
sad
that
with one tear.
I had a dream. But I want it to be like a fun evening. I don't want it to be like
yeah.
serious, because I think sometimes when it comes to the TV show, obviously people are like, "That's amazing," but it's always this like, "Oh, but you didn't win," and I'm like, "But babes, it's the best thing that could have happened to me."
I'm
So I'm
here.
like, I'm there to sort of like make, set the tone. It's a fun evening. It's not very serious. So we'll see about that. Then obviously, Heather's. I'd like to do like a female version of Freeze Your Brain, because all the boys sing it, and I'm like, it's a good song. I want to sing it. So yeah, I think
Your
I'll
show.
do.
You can do what you like.
Yeah, exactly. Have you ever listened to Linda Edda's version of The Man of La Mancha?
No.
Go and listen to that.
What's it
Everybody,
called?
so Man of La Mancha by Linda Edda. She sounds like Barbara Streisand if Barbara Streisand had like 3.5 octaves. It's insane. And she did it for this Women on Broadway show, and everyone was
Oh
like,
yeah.
Linda, you can't sing this. It's a man's song. And she was like, watch me. And it's the most phenomenal performance of the song, I think.
What was it called? Sorry.
Man of La Mancha.
Right. Okay.
Yeah, it's phenomenal.
Oh my god, I'm
I
excited.
always think when you just said Barbra Streisand, then one song that is really gorgeous, Piece of Sky. I don't feel like
Wait,
anyone ever does it in. Are you
I'm
doing
gonna do
it?
that in the concert. Yeah.
Are you just copying what I've said?
No, I swear to God, it's been in my rep for years, but I haven't done it for so long.
Well, there you go. It's meant to be.
Papa, can you hear me? Yeah.
Oh, amazing. Well, everyone will definitely come and watch. And speaking of, we already started singing. We're going to actually do a little game before we let you go.
Yeah.
Just to finish off, I'm going to sing a line from a song,
Okay.
and I just need you to sing the next line. Now, the one I had in my head, you've actually already just sung, so maybe I should try something a little bit
Oh, were you
different.
gonna do piece? Were you gonna go hard and do Piece of Sky?
No. I was actually just going to go, I have a dream, a song to sing. Because honestly, we do this and people don't know the next
got no
line of the
idea.
songs that they even sing
Oh,
on
okay.
stage. Okay, let me think
Okay.
of something. Okay, think of something. Okay, let me go for this. How about... I might actually try this one. First, a deep breath. Take it all in.
Feel all those halogens warming your skin.
You know it.
Pumping pure oxygen. Of course I know it.
Of course I know it. Yeah, well done. There you go. Completed it.
Thank you so much. So
Thank you
nice
so
to chat
much.
to you.
Thank you so much for having me. It's been so fun.
Thank you so much. And
Where can
people
people
find
find
you?
On social media?
Oh, on Instagram and on TikTok, it's just Esme Bowdler. My username is Ez, I think, on Instagram, but you'll know it's me. There's a big blonde girl in the profile picture.
And just remind people how they can get tickets for your solo show.
So the ticket link is in my bio on Instagram, or if you just go onto the Crazy Cogs website, you'll see a big blonde girl. It's me.
Fantastic. Thank you, Esme.
So
Thank
thank
you.
you. Bye.